Hi guys! So I obviously failed my 75-day challenge filming myself. I just got super busy after the last time I filmed with Bakari's birthday and stuff that we had going on. I was just like, you know what? I'll just do a recap video of my quarter one. So that's what I'm doing today. So obviously we had Bakari's birthday and that was super cute. We had a dinosaur theme. He was super excited. His cake was so cute. And then we took him to, I think it's called Jurassic Quest, but they basically have like life-size dinosaurs, and his face was priceless. Like, I don't think he could even process what he was seeing.
Excited?
Because he was like,
Look, Mommy!
there's just so much to see, so much to do. And this boy loves dinosaurs. Like, he knows every name that he sees. Like, he could point and say, this is an ankylosaurus and da-da-da. So that was really fun. And we took his little cousin with him, and she's so cute. Oh my gosh. But then, like, they had activities that the kids could do. So they had like bouncy houses, and they had dinosaurs that you could ride. But the line was so freaking long. And I told him, I was like, okay, well, we'll get to ride them after the bouncy house, da da da. And then when they were standing in line for the ride, the thing was shutting down. So, oh my gosh, you can only imagine. He had a fit. He was so sad. I knew we should have just put him on the dinosaur ride first. I knew he was going to trip if he didn't get to ride the dinosaurs, like lifelong dream. And sure enough, 3 months later, he's still talking about riding those dinosaurs. So all in all, he had a bunch of sugar, got cotton candy, and guess what? On the ride home, he freaking crashed. And ooh, that was the hardest ride home ever, because he was just screaming. He was sad about the dinosaurs, having to leave. And then, you know, he was just tired from all the excitement and the sugar, and he was screaming. Like, that was so hard. We went to, it was in Shreveport, so it was like a 45-minute ride from Longview. And when we got home, I literally had to like bawl in the car because my anxiety and like stress was so high from dealing with him. So it was fun, but then it was like not fun anymore. And you know, when it comes to disciplining Bakari, like, I'm super against spankings and poppings, whatever. And that day, like, I tried it, and you just, you know, of course, cried harder. And that made me upset because it's like I crossed my boundary of trying to like discipline him, and then it didn't even do anything. And of course, I'm not gonna like spank, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it hard, but I literally had to sit in the car for like 30 minutes after and just calm myself and cry myself to calmness. Oh my gosh. But super cute. He loved it. And then in February, I mean, of course we had Valentine's Day. Me and Key had a great time. We ended up going to Echo Lounge just to hang out, get drinks. And then my outfit was super cute that day. And then we had my cousin Tiffany's birthday. Her brother, my cousin Aston, he owns a tap house in Van Alstyne. And child, it was karaoke day, and we had a ball. Like, we got champagne. I think we probably, like, our family was there. It was a big old table. And between all of us, we probably had like 10 bottles of champagne. And you can only imagine, I'm going to add clips, but we were singing, and the guy who's running the karaoke, machine, whatever, he was super funny. He was very committed and to his job and getting people to sing, and he was getting up there and singing. And yeah, I thought I wasn't a big karaoke person, and I'm really not. Like, this karaoke, like, the song was playing with us, so it was fun to sing along with it, and I'll do that. Like, awesome. But if it's just the instrumental, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. So super fun. I was having my own little concert up there. I know my family, my mom and my brother were like, what? She's up here singing. So super fun. My family is like just a ball. I love them so much. Love them so much that my other cousin Darian, he enlisted in the Army and he shipped out in March. So before he shipped out, we had a cousin night out. It was really just like a family night out just to send him off. And that night was a ball too. We had a party bus, so we took it to Fort Worth, like the truck yard. And then we drove to Deep Ellum, and in that like time span, it was just like, okay, first of all, once we left the stockyard or the truck yard, we were all pretty like at our level, and we were singing in the party bus, insert clip, and my aunt was dancing, and she was like moving throughout the bus, and her nephew, he threw up. My cousin Chris, he threw up, and they had a puke bag on the bus, so we were all good. But my aunt, she sat down on the puke bag, and the puke got all over them, her and my cousin Chris. So disgusting. So we had to stop, and that kind of like sobered everybody up a little bit, but we stopped at Target, got them new pants and new clothes, and we headed to Deep Ellum. And the youngins went, my aunt and stuff, they ended up going home, but it was a good time. I can't even remember the bar we went to. It was the bar next to Social Club. And we were just living life, had fun. My other cousin, TJ, he got his foot ran over by the little golf cart. So whatever bar was running that golf cart, they let us in to get a free shot because they ran over his foot. Terrible. So fun. And then we had the Bozway episode 2 premiere at the end of March, and episode was phenomenal. Like, we really elevated the episode, and shout out to GK, who is the sound and lighting guy. He's the reason why that the production was so much better. Like, oh my gosh, saved the day. I fought for this episode for it to be the next episode, because I just knew like that episode was gonna be so funny, and it was like super relevant, all the dating discourse, and it was just so good. The premiere itself, I feel like could have been way better to me. Could have been way smoother. I feel like the door situation was a little bit chaotic. Like, I feel like I could have just walked through and not paid anything and they wouldn't even notice because there was just so much going on at the door. And then, like, there was just certain things that just a little awkward, like these little awkward pauses, and I feel like it just could have been moved along way better. The host of the premiere, she had introduced the creator and the co-writer, and like she was like, you know, give it up for them, and the audience clapped, and it felt like a good minute and a half before they even before we even saw them come out, you know. And then they came out from the back of the theater, and child, that walk was so long. And Ebony girl, as a fellow social anxiety girly, I know that was so awkward. I already know my heart goes out to you, because like, first of all, you gotta walk the whole fucking theater, and then, you know, the creator wanted her to like dance and wanted them to dance all the way down, and me, I would have been like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, that's so far and that's so cringe, it's so awkward. But and then like after the episode was over, they waited like all the credits to go down before like setting up the chairs and everything, and like I would have had at least one person, you know, I mean, it was only 3 chairs, but even then, like, had somebody setting them up, because the panel, like the host, the creator, and the director, they did the panel, and it was just like awkward. Like, somebody go get the chairs, set them up, and yeah. And I feel like the panel itself, I would have wanted to hear more about the episode and like specifically. And I know the creator wanted to get like more about the whole series and where he's trying to go with that. But I feel like most of the audience was, you know, has been on the Ibozwe journey for a long time. And I feel like a lot of the answers and questions we've heard over and over. And as a fan just coming to the premiere, it was just kind of like, it almost felt like a waste of time a little bit, just like, because it's the same thing we've been hearing, you know. And I would have rather it be like more Hollywood Reporter type of thing. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the roundtables that they do, but you know, they go deeper into the project of like, how did the director come up with this, the style of the episode, you know, what was the process of like picking the script, and why did you decide to go with the script, and like, you know, I wanted to hear about how more community, you know, how the community helped, because Soba Studios was obviously in the episode, and, you know, hearing more about that partnership and having like, you know, your community back you like that. I would have wanted to hear more about that. The relationship, like writing the episode, how, you know, the relationship with the co-writers was, you know, writing together and creating the episode. Like, what was the inspiration behind the date night? Like, did they have their own disaster date night story? So yeah, I just kind of felt like opportunity was missed a little bit. I also feel like just the promotion of the episode and the premiere, there was a miss there. Like, my girl Ebony, she has what, 4,000 followers, I think. Like, she wasn't tagged in anything of any of the promotion of it. And it just like, I feel like we weren't using everything that we could have used, you know, to really like get the ground going, and get the word spread as much as possible. So that was a little disappointing. Unfortunately, I will not be working on the Bozoi project anymore. Just creative differences with the creator and the director / co-producer. Yeah, it was just, you know, I just thought it was going to be differently. Like I said, I thought we were going to highlight community more and really get to highlight each writer and highlight like just different things, like just again creative differences, and then like after I knew that, okay, you know, this partnership is no longer going to work in this capacity. Like, I was a producer on the show, and I feel like I was being leaned on heavily, and I wasn't getting that like respect of like, okay, I think this would be a better direction, or like, I think this would be a good idea for the show entirety, you know? I still wanted to work on the show. Like, I edit the scripts, or I had been editing the scripts. So I told him, I was like, you know, I don't think the producer role is a good idea anymore. But I would love to still help any way I can, like with the script editing. And, you know, he decided not to work with me anymore in any capacity, which is totally fine. That's his prerogative, his show, whatever. But the thing that I didn't like was, you know, when the show first came out and every talk that I had with the creator, it was always, the goal is to get this show profitable so I can pay everybody for their work and, you know, like, like get you money. If you help me out now, I will pay you when I can, when the show gets distribution or revenue from YouTube, whatever it is, right? So I came up with my contract, my agreement, you know, for producing the 2 episodes. And then I wrote an episode. So I came up with that. And then moving forward, you know, if I was gonna be a script editor, I had a rate for that too in the contract. And it ended up, basically he ended up going back on his word and was like, oh no, you signed up for this on a volunteer basis, and unpaid. And I was like, no, the conversations we've had have never been that, like, ever. Like, I don't know, like, what? No. And in the contract, I even had, you know, my rates don't start until the show is profitable. So either you getting your revenue from YouTube, or you getting distribution deal, or you getting investor money, and like you're able to recoup the cost of production, and then, you know, you would pay whatever after that. And that conversation that I had with them, it was like very, 1, condescending, 2, they try to play me like, again, like I did all this work voluntarily. Of course I did, but like on the basis of, okay, we're working this hard to get the show profitable so we can all get paid, right? And it was just disappointing. Like, again, like, I don't know. And then, so the way that ended was they're not gonna produce my episode. And my episode was like episode 10, so it was gonna be a long time out anyway. And for me, like, I'm not gonna sit here 5-10 years and then sign an agreement that, okay, you're using my episode now and here we go, right? Like, I wanted to get the contract out of the way. That's what you're supposed to do anyway. You're supposed to have your contract with the writer before and yada yada. And because he didn't want to put down like, okay, once the show is profitable, this is what I will pay you for your episode, he decided to just like not produce my episode at all, not use the script at all. So yeah, unfortunately, like, that ended up not working out the way I think either one of us wanted it to. And it's disappointing because all I was asking was, okay, let's put everything down on writing and get it out of the way. So whenever that day does come, like, everything's straightened out, everybody knows what's going on moving forward. And if you say like, you're gonna take care of me, then put that on paper and, you know, that's it. That's the done deal, right? He didn't want to do that. He decided, well, he literally said, well, we're not going to use your episode anymore. So you'll not be seeing me with Ibozwe on the Ibozwe production anymore. But it was a lesson learned. I learned a lot. Wish everybody the best. I will still be championing the episodes that I was a part of. And like I said, like, of course, Dio, my friend, is on there. So I'm always going to be supporting. And, you know, shout out to the Dallas TV film industry. I'm really excited to, like, keep moving in that lane. But yeah. And then April came, my baby turned, well, my bae, he turned 32 on the 2nd. So that was really exciting. And what else happened in April? Can't remember. Oh, May, first week of May, I'll include it in this, was Dio's proposal. And it was so cute. I love Chia, I love Dio, I love them together. I love love. It was so funny because Dio was going to, you know, surprise her with all of our friends after the proposal. And we were there waiting for them. And I don't know who said to crouch down, because we were in like a glass building. Like, as soon as they were walking up to the door, you could see inside the building. And so we were all like crouched, like they couldn't see us, and they definitely could, which is super funny. But such a good time. I love my friends. I love how, it's been almost a decade that we've been rocking with each other, and I will always show up when I can. And I appreciate the invite, Dio. I love you guys so much, and I'm wishing blessings and blessings and blessings on you guys. I know the wedding is going to be super lit. So yeah, that's my little recap, Q1. So what's next? I know some of y'all are like, Carly, I thought you were gonna start streaming. And I am still working on that. I obviously got a new setup. So definitely gonna start that back. My freaking speakers on my computer went out. So it's like all crackly and stuff. And I don't know if I can like Bluetooth or use my headphones for the sound and it will still sound the same. So I have to test that out. I did do a test run and I learned very quickly that, so originally I was just going to like pick a short film and watch it like first time on the stream, but quickly realized that that was not going to work because the first film that I clicked on it had nudity in it and sexual content, and I was like, well, damn, like I would have been banned from Twitch on my very first go. So learned that I need to pick my films first, and then maybe I can just have my notes and stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna do another test run and see how that goes. But the reason why I kind of like stopped, well, my computer was the main one, but I've been so focused on trading, day trading. And I know you're like, oh my God, Carly went to the dark side, Forex, yada, yada, yada. But I learned, like, of course, when all that MLM stuff came out in like 2020 and Forex was like this big thing, I genuinely thought, like, of course, scam, right? But I've learned that, you know, trading is actually the thing, of course. And I got with a prop firm. So I'm going through my challenge, my trading challenge right now. And it has been the toughest, most like challenging thing that I have done. So I got with one prop firm and I failed my challenge, which was disappointing. But the rules that they had with that prop firm were like shit. Like I couldn't hold trades past 5 when the market closed. I couldn't hold trades in the weekend. I like my losses that I could have, like my daily loss, it just like, I don't know. So didn't like that prop firm, got with another prop firm, and this one is a 2-phase challenge. So first phase, I have to get, I want to say I have to make a profit of 1,000. And then the second phase is 500, and then I'll have a funded account. So child, pray for me that I pass this challenge, because this is definitely the direction that I want to go and make money with. Like I love analyzing the charts. I love like doing the technical analysis, and you can make buku money, and I'm really good at it. So I keep not listening to myself, and I keep not, like, I'll set certain rules for myself, like, okay, I'm not gonna get in this trade unless it's this, or I'm gonna have a stop loss of this amount, and if the trade's not going my way, I'm gonna get out at this price. And I'm just, each time that I've done bad with trading, it's because of something like that, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because I really want it, and like it'll be right there, just right there, and then I freaking do something dumb, and I like this last time, like 2 weeks of hard work, I got back to where I needed to be. And today, no wait, was that today? No, it was like, I think it was yesterday. I freaking didn't listen to myself. I like 2 weeks of hard work just down the drain. So y'all pray for me, because it's definitely challenging me. But so those are the 2 things that I'm working on. Of course, I'm still like applying for jobs and shit. So if y'all hiring, let me know. But yeah, I'm really trying to like make it with trading. Super fun. I'm in Amarillo for the summer. I just wanted my dad to get that time with Bakari. I feel like each grandparent has gotten like good valuable time with Bakari, except for my dad and Deborah. And so yeah, I'll be here for the summer. I'm super excited. Any of my cousins in Amarillo, especially my younger cousins, I will be having trading classes, and they will be mandatory. So if you're watching this now you know. It's such a good skill for everyone to learn. And I've been telling everybody about it. Like, I feel like I'm one of those people back in 2020 that people are gonna like roll their eyes at, but oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm definitely going to teach my fam the skill because I'm just tired of like, we just deserve so much more. And I know that this is one of the ways that, we can get there. So gonna be holding trading classes with the fam. That'll be really fun. I'm literally, I haven't told them yet, like I said, so I don't know like what the temperament is, but I'm literally going to make them learn. I'm going to pull up. I have nothing else to do. I have nothing but time. So I'm going to pull up and make them learn. So I'll be doing that. I'm so excited to be home. It feels so good to be home. I love Amarillo. Is a small city, but just something about it. Just something about being here. It's just like, so I can't wait. Can't wait to see all my fam. There's like 5 of them who just had babies. So I have all these little babies to see. Bakari will get to spend time with his cousins. I'm excited about. But like, there's like maybe 2 boys his age that he could play with, and the rest are girls. Like, my family's a matriarch for sure. We have buku girls. So, and not to say that he can't play with the girls, like he's definitely gonna play with them, but he's surrounded by little girls all the time, and I just want him to have that, that boy energy. But super excited. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Guess that's it, man. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna see about my computer situation. Definitely going to be streaming. Definitely going to be talking to the camera. Since I'm away from my friends, like, this is the time that we can catch up. If y'all went on my lives, I would go live more, but y'all don't be fucking with me, so. But yeah, I can use this to, catch up with, let y'all catch up with me, y'all catch up with whatever. So I'm gonna end it here. Love you.